Hello everyone. Today I had the pleasure of introducing you to the topic, a deep research into electric vehicles market trend made by Group 5. The objective of this research is to understand how EV market can have a sustainable growth as today, and how government can build policies to maintain that healthy growth. For the agenda, first is a brief introduction of EVs for a general view of how EVs are made. Then we will walk through both the micro and macro aspects of the current EVs market, and finally give some comments on the market trend as well as future. About the introductions, electric vehicles are automobiles that are powered by one or more electric motors using the energy stored in the rechargeable batteries. They have gained significant attention in recent years due to their potential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, improve air quality, and promote energy independence. And during the service of an EV, the technicians conduct various examinations and maintenance tasks to ensure the vehicle is in excellent working order. The service will involve several important aspects such as battery, cabling, cooling, brakes, suspension, tire, air conditioning, wiper, charging infrastructures. China is actively promoting the adoption of cars as an alternative to gasoline-powered vehicles. The popularity of electric vehicles is also on the rise in the United States. The primary markets for the electric car sales currently revolve around China, Europe, and the United States. Europe and the United States are ranked second and third respectively, and recent data indicates buyers was mostly male in their 50s, but now the average age for potential premium EV buyers has dropped to the lower 40s. Now we will talk about the value chain of the electric vehicles. EVs were not considered a serious competitor to internal combustion engines until recently due to several factors such as lower cost and better technology or increasing trend in cost of crude oil. Currently, there are two types of value chain EV ecosystems, the EV OEM and EV battery. Next, we will look at how is the supply chains of EVs constructed. The process of how electric cars are made has several parts. These parts are getting the material, making the batteries, putting the batteries together, making, selling, and recharging the electric cars, and finally recycling the batteries. Talking about the determinants of demand, the increase in urbanizations has driven the demand for smaller, efficient cars that are more practical and shorter daily driving distance in urban areas. Tax credits and other incentives are being offered. Personal characteristics such as educational level, environmental awareness, gender, age, income, and taste play a role in the adoption of electric vehicles. About the determinant of supply, one factor is the cost of components used in manufacturing such as batteries, computer hardware, software. According to a report by Alice Partner, cost of raw material for EVs has more than doubled during the coronavirus pandemic. Another factor is the productivity in e-vehicle manufacturing, which relates to how efficient the manufacturing process is and how it affects the speed and quantity of production. Okay, now what are the elastic determinants of electric vehicles? About the oil price, EV prices are expected to become cheaper in the future, which means more young adults will likely start driving electric cars. In a recent study, the Fuel Institute discovered that how much an EV costs, how easy it is to find, and how well people know it are important factors when deciding whether to buy an electric vehicle. Thinking about the gross demand price, hybrid and EVs are not as responsive to changes in price compared to gasoline cars. The demand for these cars decreases slightly when the price goes up. Finally, it's about the income. Since vehicle ownership has a lot of costs that stay the same, it's especially hard for low-income households to afford. More than half of poor families cannot always use a vehicle, which makes it hard for them to get important things like work, healthcare, or food. And people who make decisions at government at different levels can encourage the use of EVs by having different policies, not just by giving money directly. Power sector regulators have an important job in creating electricity prices that are good for both the electricity grid and customer. The introductions of Nissan Leaf and Chevrolet Volt in 2010 marked the beginning of the mass market for EVs, The United States had an early start in the EV market, but the market in China grew rapidly to become by far the largest one by volume until 2015. The largest two EVs market, China and the United States, contribute to 50% and 15% of all passenger EVs sold. There are several external factors that affect the EV market. According to the International Energy Agency, the global electric car stock hit the 10 million mark in 2020, representing a 43% increase over 2019. The market structure that EVs belong to can be classified as an oligopoly, that is, a few major companies have a substantial influence on pricing and market dynamics. Key characteristics of an oligopoly EV market include few dominant players, barriers to entry, interdependence, non-price competition, and market power.
Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about the market analysis in the electric vehicle industry. First off, impact of specialization and exchange in the market. As you may have known, there are heaps of effects that help to the industry's overall growth advancement. Specialization allows businesses to gain expertise and experience in their chosen domain, and as a result, specialized producers' goods and components tend to be of higher quality and reliability. For example, an electric motor design firm can create motors that are more efficient and durable, resulting in improved total vehicle performance and durability. By focusing on certain areas of electric vehicle development, such as battery technology, electric drivetrains, or autonomous driving systems, firms and research institutes can focus on specific areas of EV development. Because of this intense concentration, research and development in those disciplines is accelerated, resulting in technological improvements that benefit the overall EV industry. There are also other impacts that we haven't mentioned, such as faster innovation as each company works to provide the greatest items. Customers are provided with a wider range of options. Specialization facilitates collaboration among various firms. And last but not least, specialization is not limited to the manufacturing process. Now we're going to move on to the government's intervention on the EV market. When talking about government's intervention, it plays an essential role in influencing and shaping the EV market, both in a good and a bad way. Firstly, we'll dive into the merit ones. Governments can invest in the creation of EV charging infrastructure, including as public charging stations, fast charging networks, and incentives for home charging. Improved charging infrastructure alleviates range anxiety issues and makes electric vehicle ownership more practical and convenient. Customers are frequently provided financial incentives and subsidies to encourage the adoption of electric vehicles via government support. For EV owners, they can include tax incentives, rebates, subsidies, or reduced registration fees. Those policies make electric vehicles more accessible to customers, hence increasing demand and hastening the shift to cleaner transportation. The government can make rules to help fix problems in the electric car market as well. Those rules can help make transportation more friendly to the environment and help with things like pollution. Let's look at some important parts of these rules and see how they can help. Governments can sometimes give money to people who want to buy electric cars to help make them cheaper. It is essential also to have lots of places where electric vehicles can be charged. Furthermore, governments can give money to help scientists and engineers study and make new things for electric cars, like better batteries and ways to charge them. This research and development funding thing can help make electric cars work better, cost less, and have longer lasting batteries. When it comes to the macroeconomic terms on the EV ecosystem, the influence of those are usually measurable, affecting heaps of aspects of the market's own growth, adaptation, and overall performance. The listed below policies are evidence to that statement, like fiscal policy, monetary policies, trade policies, environmental and regulatory policies. For trade policies, there are tariffs and import duties. Tariffs on imported EVs or EV components can have an effect on the cost structure of electric vehicles in a certain market. Tariff reductions or elimination can make foreign-made EVs more competitive and accessible to customers. There are also export incentives that can help domestic EV producers thrive and boost international trade. Emission standards. To meet regulatory requirements, automakers may invest more in EV technology, boosting the development and lower the emission standards. Implementing ZEV or zero emission vehicle mandates that require automakers to sell a certain percentage of zero emission vehicles that can boost EV adoption. To summarize, the electric vehicle market is influenced by a complex interplay of factors, including technological advancements, government policies, market structures, and macroeconomic indicators, and so on and so on. Specialization and exchange in the market lead to improved product quality, cost efficiency, and technological advancements. Macroeconomic indicators and policies play a crucial role in shaping the EV market. To ensure the success of the EV market and sustainable mobility, a comprehensive understanding of these factors and their interactions is essential for policymakers, businesses, and consumers. By carefully considering and balancing these elements, stakeholders can contribute to the growth of the electric vehicle industry and the transition toward a more environmentally friendly and efficient transportation ecosystem. Now that's the end of our presentation. Thank you guys for listening.